Biden and Trump met earlier today to discuss the exchange of power, and we have the details.
A new Amazon store opened just in time for the holidays. More on how you can cash in on the sales.
And if you're in need of butter, you may be out of luck if you shop at Costco. Stick around and find out why.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is NTTV Nightly News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on NTTV Nightly News. I'm Aaliyah Bordeaux.
And I'm Jackson Berry. President Biden and President-elect Donald Trump met today in the Oval Office, signaling the beginning of transition between the two administrations. CNN Washington correspondent Juliet Benbrook was at the White House prior to the two meeting to give us the story.
President-elect Donald Trump visited the White House today for the first time since leaving office. During a sit-down with President Joe Biden, Biden emphasized that there will be a smooth transition of power. Meetings like this between the president and the president-elect are a long-time tradition, one that Trump skipped in 2020 when Biden won. President Joe Biden and President-elect Donald Trump meeting in the Oval Office Wednesday.
Looking forward to having a, like we said, smooth transition.
It's their first sit-down since Trump secured a second term.
Politics is tough, and it's, in many cases, not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate it very much. A transition that's so smooth, it'll be as smooth as it can get.
It's a tradition for the outgoing president to host the incoming commander-in-chief after the election. But Trump did not host Biden in 2020, as he fought the election results based on falsehoods about voter fraud. He also chose to skip Biden's inauguration. Following a disappointing loss for the Democratic Party, Biden has been intentional in his efforts to endorse the sanctity of the election and acknowledge Trump's victory.
Campaigns are contests of competing visions. The country chooses one or the other. We accept the choice the country made.
This meeting comes as Biden works to secure his legacy and Trump prepares to take office, tapping loyalists for key positions that offer a glimpse into how certain policies may be implemented. According to people familiar with Trump's plans, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem will be asked to lead the Department of Homeland Security, and sources say Florida Senator Marco Rubio is his top choice for Secretary of State.
This evening, Trump confirmed Matt Gaetz as his Attorney General. We're going to continue to update you as we learn more.
Senator John Cornyn lost his election to become the Senate Majority Leader on Wednesday to Senator John Thune of South Dakota. Cornyn spent decades climbing the ranks of the Senate GOP before ultimately losing the majority vote for party leader. He was able to raise votes by mentioning the millions of dollars he fundraised for Republican candidates this election cycle. He hoped to succeed Mitch McConnell, who announced this year he was not seeking to run for another term of leading the party. Thune says he's ready to get to work.
Yesterday marked the first day Texas lawmakers filed bills they hope to pass in next year's legislative session. Typically, lawmakers file thousands, although the majority never make it to the governor's desk. The Texas GOP has control of the House and Senate and is pushing many bills aimed at immigration and public education. Now, one bill aims to stop the Senate from providing in-state tuition to undocumented students who live in Texas. Another bill targets public education and would establish a process for parents to get reimbursed by the state for enrolling their children in private schools. Meanwhile, on the Democrat side, lawmakers filed a bill that would loosen Texan abortion laws, allowing an abortion in cases of rape. The Texas legislature meets January 14th of next year and ends June 2nd.
The weather is finally starting to look like and feel like fall, and I am loving it, and that is why I'm wearing this green turtleneck today.
That's right, Aaliyah. The time has changed and the holiday season is here. Our weather anchor Grace Escobar has more on what to expect outside. Grace?
Jackson, Aaliyah, this fall weather is perfect and it's going to keep getting colder, so stay tuned for full weather for more. Currently it's 66 degrees out and our wind speeds are at 10 miles per hour, putting a little chill in the air. Tonight it's going to cool down by 10 degrees, getting down to 55, and our wind speeds are also going to cool down, getting down to 6 miles per hour. Tomorrow it's going to be around the same temperature as it is right now, getting to 69, and our wind is also going to slow down even more, getting down to 4 miles per hour. That's all I have for First Look. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Grace. Though the weather was pretty warm this Halloween season, that didn't stop Denton from going all out this year for Denton's first 31 days of Halloween.
That's right, and apparently the Halloween festivities attracted a lot more than just Denton residents. Our live shot anchor, Lillian Kosh, is there in the square to tell us a little bit about their success. Lillian?
Thanks, guys. Now, I know we're all gearing up for Thanksgiving, but just a couple weeks ago, Denton wrapped up its 31 days of Denton Halloween, and it was quite the success. Over 145 people came out to visit our downtown, and about 60% of those visitors were not Denton residents. Many local businesses welcomed a swarm of customers from all ages in their shops, and overall, Denton earned about $43,000 in sales throughout the month. The Denton Halloween website will soon be transformed into a place where community members can leave suggestions for future spooky seasons. Now, I don't know about you, but I loved the Halloween celebration so much. I hope they do it for every single holiday, but just in case they don't, there are different ways you can celebrate the holiday season actually right around campus. Let's take it to TV reporter Edison Stewart to give us more details. Edison?
Thanks, Lillian. Last Friday, I had the chance to settle the debate on whether or not The Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween or Christmas movie with the UPC. The answer? It's both. Winter break is just around the corner, and if you were in the University Union last Friday, you may have gotten an early taste of the holiday season. The UNT University Program Council hosted a movie night right down the hall from their office. As part of their Festive Flicks promotion, the UPC streamed Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas to boost holiday spirit and encourage students to get more involved on campus.
I think that the films division is important in UPC because it gives students easy accessibility to finding movies on campus, as well as being able to get that movie theater experience.
The University Program Council of UNT is a student-based organization that devotes itself to planning and implementing free events for North Texas students. They host over 70 events per semester thanks to support from their multiple departments, like their film department, which produced almost 10 blockbuster screenings and events just this year.
One of the things I think that we try to take in a lot to add to that movie theater experience is that we show a pre-screening video, which kind of is a play off of the AMC video that Nicole Kidman does, as well as just having popcorn at our events. I think those are just some elements that really implement what we do with UPC films.
If you're wanting to attend one of the UPC movie nights and all it has to offer, you just need to swipe your UNT student ID and then you're all set to enjoy the show. The UPC's next movie showing will be next month when Despicable Me 4 will play in the UNT Lyceum at 4 and 7 o'clock p.m. For more information, check out their Instagram, or you can sign up for their text services by texting UPC to 71444. That is all from me. Now back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Edison. Coming up, we have more on how you can find some early holiday discounts that you're going to want to jump on.
And a local animal shelter takes steps to improve after a premature euthanization of a dog. Stay with us.
I wonder what's on the radio today. I don't know about this. This is not it.
Everything alternative, commercial free. 88.1 Indie.
Here at KNTU, we have two traditional stations, 88.1 Indie and KNTU Jazz. We've also recently launched an internet radio station called Mean Green Hits. If you want to hear more, you can check us out at MediaNorthTexas.com.
That was pretty good.
I use Flex to buy my favorite snacks.
I use Flex to get me through my mornings.
I use Flex at my favorite campus restaurants. I love how Flex is a cashless payment method and can be used at all campus dining venues.
So, how do you use Flex?
In wake of a beloved family dog, Gunner, getting prematurely euthanized in Denton after going missing, the Denton Animal Shelter has been under review.
NTTV reporter Lucy Ritchie is live outside the shelter where the incident occurred to give us more on what has come to light during the report was filed. Lucy?
Thanks, Jackson. Since the euthanasia of Gunner, city officials have reviewed the Linda McNack Animal Care and Adoption Center for Animal Welfare. A review conducted by Shelter Savvy released a report after a nearly a week-long investigation that includes 24 recommendations for the shelter to improve their practices. A couple of the recommendations included the medical protocols and transparency around euthanasia. Other
Thanks, Lucy. Christmas is less than 2 months away, and Amazon has made Christmas shopping that much easier, as the company introduces a new shop called Amazon Haul. This new storefront offers different types of deals exclusively for mobile app users for items such as clothes, electronics, and home decor, all under $20. Amazon has stated that majority of their products will be $10 or less. However, the shipping will take anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks, so be sure to plan accordingly. This is Amazon's attempt to stay in competition with online shops like Temu and Shein.
Now the weather is slowly getting colder, but I'm hoping that it actually gets cold around Christmas time.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe even a white Christmas, but our weather anchor Grace Escobel could tell us a little bit more. Grace?
Now, I can't tell you if it's a white Christmas, but I can tell you it will be rainy next week. But we'll get to that. Right now, as we look across North Texas, we can see it's a mix of mid-60s. Up in Gainesville, it's 64. Sherman is 66. Over in Bowie, it's 62. And the highest temperature on our map is Dallas at 69. But when we look across the state, we can see that there's a little bit more of a range. Up in Oklahoma, it's 58. Amarillo is a chilly 53. But down south in Austin, it's 59. And Austin is 55 and Houston is 59. So it's going to heat up a little bit down there. But as we look at our 7-day forecast, we can see that as we move to the weekend, it's going to get a little warmer, getting to 74 and 76 on Saturday and Sunday. And as we get farther into the week, on Monday, it's going to be 68 with a 76% chance of rain, so make sure you bring your umbrella. As we move into Tuesday and Wednesday, it's going to cool down again slightly, with Wednesday finally getting down to 55 and our low being 35. So it's finally time to start bringing some layers, and who knows, maybe we will actually get a white Christmas. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Grace. Now, Aaliyah, if you're not ready for Halloween to be over just yet, don't worry. Our segment anchor Isabel Smith went behind the scenes of UNT's spookiest production of the semester. Isabel?
Thanks, guys. Recently, UNT Theater put on their last production of the semester, Anatomies by Dawn Nigro. I had the opportunity to attend one of their performances to take a look at the show behind all the blood and gore. UNT Theater program closed Denton's iconic Halloween season with their rendition of the play Anatomies by Dawn Nigro. The play, directed by Nathan Autry, was set in 1800s Scotland and chronicles the true story of some of the earliest recorded serial killers.
We talked about the original history of it and write about the real characters as far as what's documented about them. They were the first serial killers. I mean, this is before Jack the Ripper, right? So this is like precursor to all of those stories that we know of. Understanding that history was really important.
And while Anatomies is based on a story older than even UNT itself, Assistant Director Israel Harmon says that there are elements to the play that help make it fresh for today's audiences.
Donegal's, they serve as a Greek chorus, but in Edinburgh. They just guide the story along. They add a musical element, which I love. That I guess it just really sets the tone, even though we have the lighting, the lines themselves, and the background music, but they really do glide everything along throughout the story.
Although the main themes of this show are blood and gore, director Nathan Autry says that there are themes the audience can take away in their own lives as well.
This is a contemporary play. The story is obviously characters that are not contemporary. But something that really stuck out to me is this idea that we look at people and we assume they are this or they are that based on their profession, based on their skin color, based on whatever kind of assumptions and stereotypes we want to. But there's always more than that. And in this story, the most redeeming characters are the ones that you would look at initially and think they're not. So that's really a message that I wanted to hone in on in the story.
Congratulations to the cast and crew of Anatomies on their successful run, and congratulations to the UNT Theater Department on a successful semester. Reporting for North Texas Television, I'm Isabel Smith. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am very excited for what UNT Theater has programmed for next semester. But for now, that's all for me. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Isabel. After the break, Costco is churning up some commotion.
And all the people who say cilantro tastes like soap are getting validated by Chipotle. Stay with us.
But don't know where to start? Check out DebtQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DebtQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DebtQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DatQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
Lactose intolerance, beware. Costco is recalling 80,000 pounds of butter across their Texas stores. According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the reason the butter is being pulled is because the packaging lacks a contains milk statement. The butter to watch out for is Kirkland Signature unsalted sweet cream and salted sweet cream butters. And so far, it's unclear if any allergic reactions have been reported. So if you purchased the butter recently and you don't like milk in your butter, you can always return it to Costco, the Costco you bought it from, and get a refund. All right, now all this food talk has got me really, really hungry, and I could really go for some Chipotle right now.
Honestly, Chipotle is so good, and I think we can have some good news from other fans. NTTV's Saturn Ferguson has news on new Chipotle products. Saturn?
You're on cam.
Thanks, Aaliyah. This holiday season, Chipotle is serving up some holiday fun once again with their All I Want is Chipotle gift set. This gift set includes cilantro soap, a water cup candle, and a car napkin holder. Items can be bought as a bundle or individually. This bundle is set to release tomorrow, so go to www.chipotlegoods.com to secure your items before they sell out. That's all I have for you, but if you're tired of the savory and are looking for something a little more sweet, Aaliyah has got you covered. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Saturn. Now, if you love chocolate, then you are in for a treat. The Touring Chocolatier is open in Flower Mound and is offering delicious truffles, bonbons, and sourdough. There's a lot to offer, especially during the holiday season. Let's take a closer look. Flower Mound just got a brand new chocolate shop in town.
So much support from the community, so much support from everybody here. I am just thrilled to death to be in this community.
The grand opening of the Touring Chocolatier is in full swing.
So my love for chocolate started when I was a little girl.
Kay Thibodeau is the founder of the Touring Chocolatier and isn't new to the world of chocolate.
I used to be the kind of kid that my mom would pick me up at the bus station in college with a pound bag of peanut M&Ms on the front seat, and we'd finish it off before we got home, which was only about a 20-minute ride.
Her daughter, Tori Thibodeau, also grew up with a chocolate sweet tooth.
I, like most kids, grew up loving chocolate. My mom started getting into the chocolate business about 15 years ago, I think. And at the time, I was like, Hershey's bars, that's the good stuff. But wow, was my world changed when she started doing chocolate. I now love and appreciate chocolate. I understand how to taste chocolate. I've gotten to go with her to a cacao farm and see how chocolate is truly harvested and made. And it's really expanded my love and appreciation for good quality chocolate, which is why I love what she does here.
What started as a small in-house business soon turned into a large enterprise.
Being with her, I've actually got to see where chocolate comes from, so I've learned to appreciate it a lot more, and getting to see the different tastes and taste the difference between Madagascar chocolate and Ecuadorian chocolate and Dominican Republic chocolate.
Truffles and sweet treats are bringing in the holiday cheer. A store with a story. That's the foundation of the touring chocolatier. This new location encourages everyone to come in and try some great chocolate. Don't be afraid to stop by.
Now, chocolate is pretty sweet, but you know what hasn't been very sweet? Watching the Cowboys this last few weeks.
Yeah, it's been, I've learned to turn off the TV after a while.
I might have to do that too, because this past game was just really hard to watch. We actually have our sports anchor, Annie Tomlin, here. Annie, what are your thoughts on the Cowboys right now?
Being a Dallas Cowboys fan is tough. You always hear that it's going to be their year, but when will that actually happen? The Dallas Cowboys are making changes to their roster. The Stars are continuing to fight back as a team, and college baseball is wrapping up their fall seasons. For more on these, stay with us after the break.
Craving something fresh, flavorful, and made just for you? Look no further than Avesta, your go-to destination for a delicious, full-service dining experience. Dive into our customizable omelets, expertly crafted by our talented cook Jonathan, who guarantees every bite is perfection. All our dishes are handmade, prepared with only the freshest ingredients. Explore our assembly line where you can choose from any of our globally inspired dishes, or customize your plate. It's that easy. And let's not forget dessert. Indulge your sweet tooth with treats from Clark Bakery. With convenient payment methods including card or flex, it's the perfect dining spot for any occasion. Quench your thirst with our wide selection of drinks. Just hand your drinking card to our friendly waiter, and they'll bring your beverage of choice right to your table. When you're done savoring every last bite, our attentive staff will whisk away your tray. Enjoy the peaceful ambiance as you dine in, or use our takeout option for a meal on the go. Avesta.
Are you tired of seeing the same old city? You want to learn something and go overseas? Then study abroad with one of many UNT Study Abroad programs. You can find a Study Abroad office right here at Markey Hall, room 145.
My study abroad program left on me a great impression. We have a lot of different programs and it varies. We have faculty-led, affiliate, and exchange programs. When you're ready to leave for your study abroad program from UNT, you're going to go through the Canvas, you're going to go through pre-departure, orientation, and modules.
The power to turn the world into your classroom is right here at UNT with our study abroad programs. Take flight and take in charge of your education.
TCU baseball just wrapped up an inter-squad series signifying the end of their fall practice season. Last week, I paid a visit to our Horned Frog neighbors down in Fort Worth to get more information about their Purple and White World Series hosted at Lepton Stadium. The TCU baseball team just wrapped up their Purple and White World Series, an important tradition that gets players geared up for competition at the end of the fall.
It's basically how you're going to show up, scratching and clawing, doing whatever you can to win a game. Because that's the difference between sitting home for a regional or going on the road for a regional, is how you show up on games like that.
This series of friendly competition is a good way for the team to get acclimated playing together before the start of the upcoming baseball season.
What I told them, we're going to find out a lot about from the Purple team who's already won the series, but now we're going to find out a lot about what they're going to show up personality-wise to try and keep their foot on the accelerator to sweep the series.
Because this series is such an iconic TCU baseball tradition, a lot of alumni come to see the new talent and even play in their own alumni game following the series.
Most every program around the country, the alumni game is kind of vanished. And that's disappointing because you want to have your players around other guys that wore TCU across their chest and are going through the same things that they went through. But the main thing is just getting former players back together and around our program as much as we can.
It is crucial to keep alumni involved because they helped build their program, and the current athletes are soon going to be following in their footsteps. The Dallas Cowboys have certainly seen better seasons. After losing 3 games in a row and losing Dak Prescott to a partially torn hamstring and a season-ending surgery, the team is in a vulnerable position. Dallas was almost forced to make some moves following the series of unfortunate events. Will Greer, a former New England quarterback, signed with the practice squad. Although it is unlikely he'll see some playing time, he'll still sit behind Cooper Rush and Trey Lance as the third string. If there is something Texas hockey can do, it's come back strong after a loss. After falling short twice to the Panthers and the Jets, the Dallas Stars made a huge comeback against the Penguins in Pittsburgh. Within the opening frame, center Tyler Seguin added a power play goal that allowed the team to get 6 goals in just the first period. That heat didn't stop throughout the game as Jake Ottinger blocked 20 out of the 21 shots on goal for the Penguins. The Stars dominated with a 7-1 win. That's all I have for sports this evening. Now back to y'all at the desk.
Thank you, Annie. Well, if cuteness was a sport, I know 3 red pandas that would definitely sweep a series.
The Lincoln Children's Zoo in Nebraska welcomed triplet red pandas to the Cornhusker State. Red pandas are endangered, and officials say their population has declined by 50% over the last 20 years.
Now, these cute cubs don't have names yet. Those are going to be unveiled later in the year. But I love red pandas. They're so cute. They look like little teddy bears.
I might have to go to Nebraska just to see them. But anyways, thanks for watching NTTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow at noon and tomorrow evening at 6 here on North Texas Television.